Hey everybody, this is George from DinosaurGeorge.com coming to you from the front of my Jeep. Why? Because I felt like it. All right, here we go. This question is from Bruce from, he writes, Not Telling, Canada. You know, Bruce, I've never been to Not Telling, Canada before, but I'd love to go. I hear it's beautiful there. I've tried a number of times to get there, but when I ask people where it is, they say they're not telling. So it's not on the map, and I don't know how to get there. So Bruce, the next time you write to me, give me directions to Not Telling, Canada. I'd love to stop by and say hey. All right, man. He says, hey, George, how's it going? Bruce, it's going great, man. I have a question for you. Did pterosaurs dogfight? It's been at the back of my mind for a long time. That's how he wrote it. Anyway, hope to see you someday. See you soon. You know, Bruce, I would love to meet you in person. And like I said, if I ever get to Not Telling Canada, I'll look you up. Did they dogfight? That's actually kind of a cool question. You know, you look at some of the birds today. If you ever go down to the coast, you see that seagulls will do that. They'll fight each other in the air. Birds fight each other on the wing. There's no reason to believe that pterosaurs couldn't do the same. My guess would be that if one of them snatched a fish, the other would come flying in and try to get him to drop it so they could steal it. Because it actually looked kind of cool. Now, some of the really big ones, I don't know how maneuverable they would be, but my best guess would be some of the smaller ones. It would have been really kind of cool. So that's a great question, Bruce, and I do hope I get a chance to meet you someday. Okay, Matt from Pasig, the Philippines wrote, who would win in a fight, Daspletosaurus or Tarbosaurus? Cool question, Matt. They lived in two different places, Matt, but you know that. Tarbosaurus is from Asia, and in fact, I think his name now has been changed to Tyrannosaurus bataar. It used to be Tarbosaurus bataar. I think it is now legally Tyrannosaurus bataar. Tarbosaurus still was more advanced, in my opinion, than Daspletosaurus. So I think Tarbosaurus would have some advantages, and that would be being able to figure out different things that perhaps Daspletosaurus couldn't. Now, Daspletosaurus is a pretty heavy dude, though, but I think Tarbosaurus would have an edge on him. All right, Alex from Richmond, Indiana. Dear DG, your video responses are wonderful. You're truly knowledgeable. You know, Alex, I appreciate that very much. I enjoy doing this. My only regret is that I don't have more time to do it. I get so many questions that I just can't answer, but I appreciate you taking time out to say that. He said, my question is this. Saurophaganax and Edmarca both lived during the same time. So is it likely that they came, it is likely that they came into conflict on occasion. Who do you think would win when this happened? Wow, Alex, cool question, man. Many people believe Edmarca may represent the biggest predatory dinosaur that ever lived during the time, but Saurophaganax is also a monster. You got other groups that say no, Saurophaganax was bigger. You know, so little has been found of these guys, in my opinion, that we don't have a clear understanding yet of just how big either one of these dinosaurs got. But what I've seen, and let me say this, I've only studied Edmarca from a distance, meaning I've only looked at books and write-ups and descriptions of them. I've never looked at the individual itself. From what I think Saurophaganax may have been a little more robust and therefore may have been a little more powerful. So I'm going to roll the dice and say that Saurophaganax would win. But man, this one is a toss-up, my friend. All right, another Alex, only this time it's Alex, my buddy Alex from Manchester, England. Hi, DG, thanks for answering all of my questions. You're welcome, Alex. Remember, each time I answer your question, you have to send me a check for $50,000. No, don't send a check, send cash in small unmarked bills. Yeah. Small unmarked bills. Okay, so anyway, Alex, you haven't sent me any money yet, but I'm going to answer again for you simply because I'm being courteous. Okay, my question is about Nanotyrannus. When looking on Wikipedia, it says that most paleontologists agree it's only a juvenile T-Rex, despite all the differences. What do you think about this? Here's the deal. First of all, Wikipedia doesn't necessarily represent facts. It represents what some people's beliefs are, but it's not necessarily reviewed by a group. And it's not, the information there may or may not be accurate. When it says that most paleontologists agree it's only a juvenile T-Rex, I completely disagree with that. I can tell you that Dr. Larry Whitmer, Dr. Robert Bacher, Dr. Phil Curry, who else? Pete Larson. There's so many people I could name who absolutely, in my opinion, represent the cream of the crop when it comes to theropod experts. They all agree that Tyrannosaurus rex and Nanotyrannus are two distinctively different species. So regardless of what you read on Wikipedia, in my opinion, I truly believe that there is a clear distinction. Let me say this. The skeleton of the world's only juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex is being shipped to me, and I should have it in probably a month or two. And once I get it and I have the ability to expose it to the science community, I think anybody that's ever questioned whether Nanotyrannus and a juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex are one and the same are going to have to recant their opinion, because in my opinion, this thing clearly shows it is a totally different animal. Okay. Finally, Brian from Pickering, Ohio. Hey, Dinosaur George, I'm interested in paleontology and paleo art in particular. Brian, so am I, man. I wish I had the talent to do some work, but man, there's some good people out there. I've had some trouble with doing megalosaurids in my drawings, since I'm not sure if they're close to spinosaurids or if they're a separate group. What do you think? I think megalosaurids are completely different from spinosaurids, Brian, and a lot has to do with the shape of the skull. Megalosaurids have a little more deep, thick, heavy-duty skull, kind of a much more powerful skull, whereas most of the Spinosaurids have a more elongated snout. So I believe that's a pretty distinctive difference between the two. I would suggest that you go online and look up some of the different megalosaurids. You'll see what I'm talking about. I think they're completely different, and it should be easy for you to draw them more like Tyrannosaurids, in my opinion, as far as skull and body design, than a Spinosaur. All right, everybody, that's it for this time. If you've got questions, please feel free to drop me a line at dinosaurgeorge.com. Go to the Ask Dinosaur George page, fill out the form, and send it to me. When you do, try to make your questions kind of short, because I get so many, I can't answer them all. For everybody out there, I hope you all had a great Christmas. I hope you're going to have a good New Year. And most importantly, for you young people, please make sure to continue to practice your reading skills. They're very important, and they will get you a long way if you're a good reader. For everybody else out there, please continue to use good manners. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all again soon.